Olive oil.
Of what?
It's not a word.
I feel like I'm learning a lot.
Serenity now.
Hey, she's going to Mexico in the summer.
I'm leaving Friday.
Really?
I really am.
Oh,
Sorry.
my God.
I don't know what to say.
At what point do you lose citizenship? You're just gone all the time.
I have to go away this weekend.
We're going to Florida in 2 weeks. I'm looking forward
I
to
need to
it.
go to
To
Channel.
Florida.
Destin, that's our place
Could
to
be
be over here.
worse.
Yeah, true.
This weekend I'm going to Lake Tyler.
Ugh.
I'm actually looking forward to it.
You do that after work, you know?
It's good stuff.
I'm actually going to see Lincoln this weekend, so I'm really
Oh,
excited.
nice.
We're going to see the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh. I was thinking like Lincoln's Tomb or something. I didn't know where you're about.
I've already been there.
That'd be a good,
I'm going to see my child
be a good
in
concert.
Seattle.
Red Hot Chili
Great.
Peppers.
Yeah, they're playing in an amphitheater out in on the Columbia River Valley. It's supposed to be amazing.
You want me to check the tickets for you?
You want to know how many times I've looked at the tickets?
More than once.
So she bought tickets for Matchbook 20,
Nice.
That's
which
what
it turns out
Not Matchbox. No.
Nice book.
turns out it's a cover band for Matchbox 20.
3 doors, hey, hey,
I
Great,
did.
I got a great deal on it.
hey, 3 doors down. Three doors down.
Great. I'm sure it's a good concert.
I know, you're lucky. Take pictures.
I'm gonna try.
I don't believe all that. Live in the moment.
Got 1 minute. Let's
That's
get
what-
ready to
That's
govern.
what my husband says.
Like during the clips, I didn't say a single picture. I lived in the moment.
I wish I could be like you.
Miss Leslie, when you get older and you write that book about your life and your the conversations, you know what I mean?
I will take a council that is laughing and joking with each other any day.
You don't think
And
she's
you've
going to
got-
write a book?
This public record that you can go back and reference. So.
It's true.
And you have video of my faces.
That's what the statue's gonna look like.
Exhibit A.
It's gonna be
Stern
just this.
disapproval. Yeah.
My ashes will be scattered on the Mississippi
Stern
River banks.
countenance.
On the east side of the Mississippi or the west side?
Put her in a major intersection so she can just
Probably
judge
east
everybody.
side.
I love that so much.
I seem to follow.
They say my portrait at work follows them, and when I'm gone,
Is
they
that
feel
coming
like
tonight?
always watching.
Doesn't appear so.
It's great.
All right. I'll now call to order this meeting of the City of White House Council for today, May the 28th, 2024. The time is 6 p.m. Ms. Hargis, will you please call the roll?
Yes, sir. James Bonsley,
Here.
Zach Briscoe, Georgia Harris.
Here.
John Chambers,
Here.
Michael Lowe,
Here,
and Matt Lazarine.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Excellent. Councilman Lowe, would you like to lead us in a word of prayer?
Sure.
Please stand if you're able and join Councilman Lowe as he leads us in a word of prayer.
dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day and thank you for keeping our city safe and our personnel safe. And if anybody has been inconvenienced, God bless them and help comfort them. Thank you for all the many blessings you've given us all the days. Help us to make our city better and better and better. In Jesus' name, amen.
Excellent. Please join me in the council as we swear a pledge of allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Please be seated. All right, rolling right along, that takes us to item D, presentations. The first item on our list, Ms. Hargis, is the introduction of a new employee by the name of Morgan Robertson. She's a member of Development Services. Ms. Hargis, please take it away.
Mayor and Council, I am extremely excited to introduce Morgan Robertson. She's joined Development Services Department to fill the role of permit technician. Morgan is a 2020 graduate of White House High School and also a 2024 graduate of Sam Houston State University, where she earned her bachelor's degree in history and also minored in political science and criminal justice. She also comes to us with experience in government as well. She's has served in multiple intern roles and as a legislative aide in the Texas Senate. Her most recent experience is with the City of Madisonville in the City Secretary's office, where she was instrumental in researching and creating their records management program and policy. Is that their first?
Yes.
First one, their very
Yes,
first
it
one.
is.
So, Morgan began here on May 13th, and she's already well on her way to learning all the duties of the permit technician, and she is diving in to help with other projects that the city is undertaking. I look forward to working with her and seeing all that she can achieve in the future. I know that she will prove to be a great asset to White House, and please join me in welcoming her.
Yeah.
Speech.
Anything you'd like to say, Morgan?
No, I would just like to thank you, Mayor and Council. I'm very excited to be here. I'm very passionate about local government, and it's even more special to do it where I grew up. So I'm very excited to learn more about the city of White House and serve.
Excellent.
Good deal.
Thank you.
Of course, thank you.
Yes,
Welcome to
ma'am.
White House.
Congratulations.
Same year my daughter graduated, so I've had the honor of watching Morgan grow up over the last decade, a little bit over a decade. And anybody that can graduate high school in 2020, it's
That's true.
you learn how to deal with adversity. So
Kind of weird time, wasn't it? Yeah.
welcome to the city. We have another new employee, but that introduction is going to be postponed to the next council meeting. So we'll look forward to doing that as well. That takes us down to item E, community interest. We have a few items of community interest here. Mrs. Black?
Mayor and council, as you all are probably aware, we had some severe weather this morning. Overall, the city fared well. We do have some individual homeowners with trees and limbs down throughout the city, certainly impacting power connectivity for some of our residents. I spoke with Tom Trimble with Encore earlier today. I think we have about 75 customers without power just south of Hagan Road. He indicated, including our sewer plant, which is on generator power, but he indicated it could be as much as 2 days before power is restored. They have about 30,000 people still without power across East Texas, and he indicated that most of those are what they consider to be small individualized issues that they will have to go out and assess kind of individually to get those repaired. But I know they're working as hard as they can, and we're thankful for them being able to keep the power on as much as they have and get it restored where they can. As far as any other severe weather damage, you all, I'm sure are aware, the Welcome to White House sign was blown apart today. We have that in our Public Works barn, just to get it down and keep it from having any further damage. But other than that, I can't think of anything else to report from that. So we're very thankful that things were not worse today. No major injuries or accidents as a result of that weather this morning.
What will it take to get the sign back up? Is it a lot or just a little bit?
I'm not sure just yet. So,
You need help, let me know, because I'm the one that refurbished it.
okay.
Glad to help any way I can.
And then, as you all are aware, we did the Veterans Memorial Highway dedication yesterday. It was a great event, sweltering, but great, good turnout for that. And then just as a reminder, we are offering season passes for City of White House residents for the splash park throughout the summer season.
Excellent. Anything from council on these items or any additional items?
The season passes to the splash park, so it doesn't cost anybody? Didn't cost
If they're city residents, it's not cost them.
That's
to
just
use the
wonderful.
season pass.
That's
That was
great.
your direction when we renegotiated the contract with the rec, so we found a way to
That
track
is
that.
so
and
good.
We can reimburse the rec for that entry.
But you need season passes. You
Yes.
need to get, okay.
Yeah, thanks to our first responders. I saw that as soon as the storm let up, people were out kind of driving around. It looked like you guys were looking for things that went sideways, so really appreciate that. And Mr. Wright, man, having a generator at the sewage treatment plant, golly, I don't want to imagine what that would look like if we didn't have
You got
a
one.
generator running there. So well done on keeping
You
that,
won't let me know.
serviced
I'll let you
up
know.
and running. So
Got a hundred.
most of our citizens won't even know how close that was to a really bad situation. So
Cost you a
thank you
mint.
for that. Anything else in the matter of community interest? All right, that takes us down to item F, public forum. I didn't see anybody sign up for public forum, so we're gonna skip past that, down to the consent agenda. We have two items on the consent agenda for your consideration. The first one is approval of the minutes of the city council meeting from May 14th, 2024. The second one is discussion, consideration, and action on an interlocal agreement and authorization of the city manager to enter into an agreement with Smith County for conducting a joint election. If there's no reason for any of those items to come onto the regular agenda, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. With that, the consent agenda is approved. Item number H, other action items of ordinances, resolutions, and public hearings. Number one is discuss, consider, and act on authorizing the city manager to negotiate a contract with Halff for the concept planning and grant assistance for the park property located in the Shahan Ranch subdivision. Mrs. Black.
Mayor and council, as you all remember, we purchased about 33 acres in the Shahan Ranch subdivision for development of a future park. The city released a request for qualifications earlier this spring and received one response. And response to that request from Halff, as you all know, Halff prepared our parks, trails, and recreation plan, and that's likely the reason why we only received a response from Halff. Most other consulting firms are aware of our work with Halff and that just finished up. It also happened to coincide with us releasing an RFQ for general engineering services. So if those companies are working on one or the other, they likely chose the general engineering services. However, that being said, even though Halff was the only one that submitted a response to the qualification request, we feel that they are certainly capable, qualified, and have the capacity to handle this project, and staff recommends approval.
Any questions or comments from council?
What are we looking at timeline-wise? Like, so this is really just to get the ball rolling on an actual plan, looking for grant opportunities. This has nothing to do with actually shovel in the ground.
So the request for qualifications was written in such a way that we could choose one firm that would do the concept planning and manage the construction and implementation of that concept plan.
Okay.
So timing-wise, Texas Parks and Wildlife has a grant deadline in August.
Okay.
And so our goal is really to get the public input process handled through June and July and get a really strong grant application submitted in August to Texas Parks and Wildlife. That funding then does not become available until sometime next spring or summer as a part of that process. Not to say that we couldn't move forward with projects that we had in the meantime, but that would probably be part of the timing aspect of it. But yes, Halff, again, we wrote it in such a way that they could serve as our construction manager, handle all the bids and everything needed for the implementation of that plan, whether it be in phases or all at once.
So because we received a single bid, does the price of their work seem reasonable, customary, in line with what you'd expect?
So for a request for qualifications, this is considered a professional service. We cannot ask about price until you have officially designated them as the top respondent. And then we can go in and work. I would imagine that it's gonna be comparable to what we did on the Parks, Trails, and Recreation Master Plan, as well as their response on the Community Development Block Grant Mitigation Resilient Communities Program as well.
So we've done business with them and have an idea of their pricing, and they seem reasonable and customary in their structure?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that sounds good. Any other questions or comments about this?
One more thing, Mayor, they do have someone that handles their grants specifically with Texas Parks and Wildlife. They've actually already attended a meeting with Texas Parks and Wildlife with us to make sure that we are in the best possible position to put forward a good grant application when that opportunity comes available. So they've been a great partner already.
Excellent. Any further discussion or questions? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I will make a motion to authorize Leslie, the city manager, to negotiate a contract with Halff for our concept plan and grant assistance for Shahan Ranch Park.
Second.
All right, I have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, say no. With that, the motion passes unanimously. All right, that takes us down to item H2, consider future agenda items. Anything that you would like to see on the next agenda, which will be at the end of June. We'll have it in the second week of June. Fourth week in June, sorry. Fourth week in June. All right, if there's nothing to add, we'll move on to item I, administrative reports. You're gonna receive the reports from staff. Mrs. Black is clicking on it. It appears to be a malicious link. We're gonna plow through it.
Computers.
You're gonna get an email from Benny Estevani about that one. All right, tax revenue is up well over last year, 400K. Sales tax, we're actually down a little bit compared to last
So,
year.
Mayor and Council,
I wonder.
in looking at the sales tax report, it was down about $30,000 compared to this time last year. However, in looking at it, it looks like there was a significant refund to a single sales taxpayer. So it's either likely due to an overpayment or incorrect payment that probably occurred over time.
Oh,
That
they
was
were
then refunded.
overpaying?
I'm not sure that that's the exact answer, but it was a significant refund payment to a single taxpayer. So either they were collecting as though they were inside the city limits and weren't, or were collecting and shouldn't have. I'm not sure of the specifics on it, but I anticipate that number will be back up June or July. We should at least be flat on our sales tax revenue right now, not seeing a decrease. So that should come back up next month. So it was due to a single sales taxpayer refund.
Which they, of course, they have to go through the proper process to do that, so there's no concerns there?
No, sir.
And then when we get Taco Bell, I'll be helping that number.
Yeah.
Yeah, both.
You're right.
And I don't think anybody's gonna be watering their yards this month. I just have a feeling.
Yeah.
The lakes are full.
Yeah, they are.
We're thankful for
Good
that.
day to drill a well, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, sewer's picking up. Franchise fees, we actually got some disbursement or some findings for our investigation that's going on along the route of franchise fees. I think that was shared with council.
Yeah.
Thank you for still doing that.
So can you roll back up to bank interest, please? So I would imagine as we start paying for the development process at 109, we'll probably see these numbers go down over time, I would expect, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, it was good while it lasted. And interest rates will probably go down as well, so,
Not this quarter.
yeah, not this quarter.
You can see our permit activity
Yeah,
track up.
that's good. Well, that graph is looking a lot more balanced, the permits by type.
Particularly, I like to see this new residential.
Yeah, that's good. So do you have numbers behind the code enforcement by type? Is there a quantity that's shown there?
6.
Okay, 6 there, junk and debris is 3, and 1. And those are still by report, so people report those, we investigate, we act.
We are shifting somewhat to a little bit more proactive enforcement. When we brought in a building inspector / code enforcement officer, we wanted to take a very slow approach to code enforcement because we hadn't done it in so long.
Yeah.
But we are, and Susan and I have talked about this in the next, over the summer and throughout the next fiscal year, you will see a much more proactive effort.
Good deal.
With having a permit tech in Morgan here to help with some of the day-to-day office side of things, that should free up some time for our inspector and code enforcement officer to spend a little bit more time out in the field doing some of those proactive enforcement type activities.
So when we run across like a high weeds and grass, do we have any community outreach that we work with to help, like, say if you have somebody that's indigent or unable to cut their grass? Do we have any of that in place, or?
We don't have like a formalized system, but we do have contacts that we could
Great.
certainly reach out to if that were
Good.
an issue. That was not the case on these, I can assure you.
Yeah, great response times. good stuff. Yeah, that's a
Are those are individual events, Madison, not number of,
people, yeah.
Yeah,
because you had, I don't know,
I
how many
mean-
people come through on fire station tours?
it's a fair, Ms. Black, it's a fair estimate for me to say from April until now, we've probably hosted close to probably 1,500 kids.
Wow.
Between trips to the park and fire station tours
It's that time of
and our
year.
outside events as well.
That's great.
And they also do police station tours usually when they do fire station tours and park stops, so we get to hear the siren.
That's such a good thing.
All the
That's a
time.
great thing.
That is
That's good.
very
They learn to move the squad car further away from the building when they're. I keep trying to get them to park it outside Chief Johnson's office, but
Please.
Yeah, you can definitely see our peak usage months there.
So Mayor and Council
We're
will be
about to
watching
pick
this closely, as we approach summer, as you all know. Our heaviest water consumption months are June, July, August, September. We'll keep our fingers crossed that it's a somewhat dry summer, so we can sell some water.
It's good to see that people are locating lines.
I'm not sure that we have, Jason, do we have any fiber contractors working in town right
I
now?
was just fixing to ask that question.
I don't think so.
Be a great time to do some digging.
Texas, they stopped on I-110 over here. They just stopped, maybe,
I think that was as far as they had submitted for permits was,
just maybe.
and they had indicated they would do commercial on Highway 110 long before they did any residential, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frontier did some work kind of down Hagen, like on the east side of town as well. They were digging out there at one point. I guess it's just as, you know, as they have funding for doing that, they do it, and then they just back off. So
Takes money.
it'll be here eventually.
I'm surprised at how many people don't know that you can do your vehicle registration here at City Hall.
Yeah, most people think a troop
That thing is such
Do
a
it online.
wonderful service.
online.
Saves a lot of
Takes the
time.
fun out of it.
Are you serious? Standing in a government building in a line?
That's all I do.
There's no line here.
Yeah, there's no line.
I'm
You
still,
ain't
I'm still
kidding.
doing it online.
It's a nice thing, I
Like a
tell you.
fast pass at Disney, you just roll right through here.
That's it. That's right.
just have to have the barcode.
We need to put that on our website.
So we got 5 assaults.
Well, school's out, so the thefts ought to pick up.
Yeah. Just common sense. Yeah. Hey,
Their accidents
How
should
do you
go
really
down.
feel about kids?
No, it's just a fact. Summertime thefts.
traffic stop.
It is nice to live in a city though where you have 3 thefts. I guess says a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely a bonus for when you're looking to move.
So when we have animal complaints, and I suspect that's dogs and stuff, right? Is that what that is? The
Everything
calls for
from
service?
loose dogs to probably even including
Dogs
dead
barking.
animals on the side of the road
Oh,
to,
okay. Is our current process to get Smith County involved for, you know, stray dogs or animals at large?
so for any animal that is in our custody, we hold for 72 hours and then transport to Smith County Animal Shelter if we cannot get it returned home or
Okay.
sometimes adopted out.
Right. So yeah, some of those dogs find a home before they make it up there.
The electrical service has worked out real well, hasn't it, over there, you know, the electric service by the,
Oh, I have no idea, to be honest.
oh,
Which, by the way, I just told the power's back on.
Oh, great.
Oh, wow. Did ours just flicker, or was that the refresh on the screen?
That was a refresh.
Okay, good.
So you don't need a generator?
I don't need
Okay.
to.
That's great news.
And hopefully that goes for the
So you're
sewer.
not coming over tonight?
Yes,
We're not
ma'am.
gonna have a house party? Get the cops called on us?
I'll come.
All right.
Moving on.
You know, Meals on Wheels, at just about every level, White House, Smith County, Tyler, they're really looking for donations, they're really looking for volunteers, and they fill a need in our community that's not filled by anything else. So welfare checks, meal deliveries, they cut down the number of deliveries they do, still do the same amount of meals, just cut down the number of deliveries. If you have any extra means, any extra time, they could really use your help.
I was talking to one of the ladies with Meals on Wheels today, and they said that some people they take food to feed some of it to their animals because they don't have enough to feed their animals either. So
Yeah, I mean, they do deliver dog and cat food sometimes,
it's crazy.
but yeah.
It's definite need.
It's a very humbling experience. It's really worthwhile. It really is wonderful to help out.
I still need to get with the library about getting their numbers. See.
Wait,
White House beautiful.
new patrons. Yeah, okay.
On the volunteer hours for service, where do those numbers come from? Like, who are the volunteers?
I think that's specifically for Meals on Wheels.
Just for Meals on Wheels?
Yeah, that category is.
Okay.
Yeah. And then there's, down below, you'll see the ones for,
Okay, gotcha. Scroll up.
So I'm gonna ask a dumb question that I don't know the answer to. Why is Meals on Wheels included in this report? Does the city have a direct association with Meals on Wheels?
So
Or
we own the facility that they operate out of, and then we also provide funding through our budget process for that particular site, Hank Senior Center. We provide $1,200 per month.
How much?
$1,200 per month.
But the building's paid for.
Yes, sir.
oh yeah, a long
It
time
was
ago.
donated. The building was donated.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's, so anybody, like we own the facility and we partner up with somebody to fill that need in our community. I think it's a great model. I don't know that very many other cities do it that way, but they have a mission, as long as their mission's aligned with what we hope to do in the city with that, which there's definitely is, it's good. And in return, they share numbers with us.
Similar to the library, we own that facility, and it's not operated or run by the city, but we do provide financial support through our budget, similar to the rec and what they do there in the sports complex. While we no longer provide monetary funds through our budget, they operate out of our facility and meet one of our missions.
Would it be possible to have them share numbers with us?
Sure.
Yeah, if there's a way that they could, any numbers that you might think are meaningful towards just keeping an eye on
Appreciate that.
how they're fulfilling that
Memberships?
mission. Yeah, membership would be good. You know, number of kids, service, just games played, just that kind of helps give us perspective whenever we're considering funding those amenities out there as well.
I think they got another new director at the library. New lady. Is that
Yeah,
right?
I think so.
Yeah. They ordered a book for me. They do a great job.
Yeah, me too. Don't let the chicken drive the
I'm gonna
bus.
clean up the
Pigeon.
back of the library.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, moving on down.
That was it, Mayor. We
Oh, the library was the last one?
updated
Okay.
and Keep White House Beautiful is not updated.
Excellent. All right. Any questions or comments on the reports from staff, this April report? We also have as a part of your packet the income statement for ending April 30th, 24. Any questions or comments on that? All right. Well, that takes us down to item J, executive session, of which we have none, so we won't be doing item K, which is reconvening. That leads us to item L, and entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second, Mr. Mayor.
Motion and a second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed, stay here. The time is 6:26. This meeting is adjourned.
See you in a month.
Mayor and Council, I was remiss in not mentioning